Welcome to the Big Money Podcast. I am Janine Hurd, here to guide you to scale your business from 7 to 8 figures and building wealth that lasts for generations. Get ready for audacious strategies, real talk, and next level business moves. So let's dive in today's episode. How I turn my daily moves into daily money. Welcome back to another powerful episode of your all-time favorite podcast, the Big Money Podcast. We've just had a super powerful mini training that was called Luxury Offers That Print Money Like Crazy. And in this program, in this mini training, I did a deep dive into the difference between offers, luxury offers, how you create offers, what the difference is between a normal service, a luxury service, and it blew my clients' mind because there were so many insights they never even contemplated. And really the goal of this mini training was to have deeper respect for the luxury world, luxury products, and especially understanding that you do not create a luxury offer simply by adding a zero to your current offers, simply by having a high price point. There is so much more to the luxury world. The luxury world especially offers the products have their own rules, and this is what we talked about in this program. If you haven't gotten it, I highly recommend it to you. At the end, we had a Q&A, and I started sharing parts of how I'm receiving the information I have and what I do. And one woman asked me, like, what is it that you do if you don't receive an immediate answer once you ask the creator, the universe, God, source, however you want to name it? In my world, I call this powerful source the creator. And I said, it's actually not happening. And it's because there are so many daily micro rituals I do, which allow me to be constantly plugged in to this light, to this energy of the creator, and use this in a business context. And this is something I always talk about because many people enter my world, enter the rich and happy world, and see this wild successes, wild financial success that is being created with a small audience, and they don't understand why. They believe it's like, let me analyze Janine's business, like with what I see. But I deeply believe what you see is just the tip of the iceberg. I personally value ease and flow and things I can implement in a fast way so much. So my business module is so simple. The tools, the technology I use is so simple. It's people like, once you're entering my world and see all the behind the scenes, right? People are like, that's it. Yeah, that's it. This, I deeply believe, is not where my magic lies. Obviously, it's magical because it's so easy and so simple how I run my business, how I set up my business, and everything I teach about business. But the true magic lies in all my daily micro habits, micro moves, which I do constantly during the day. And those moves make sure that I'm constantly plugged in. I can ask questions to the creator and I receive instant downloads. And just giving you a heads up, because taking you through a full day, what I do, how I do things, obviously we couldn't fit in 15 minutes in a podcast episode. It would be too much. And that's why I've created for you, it's called Daily Revenue Rituals with Janine. And it's going to be 13 days in Telegram where I will be sharing a voice memo with you every day, sometimes multiple times a day, just very short and quickly what I do, why I do it, and obviously how you can do this as well. So this is coming up. You find it in our store at richandhappiness.com/store. The link is also in the show notes. And I highly, highly, highly recommend you to join the Daily Revenue Rituals with Janine, really to see what I do. And I really allowed myself to offer this program for 30 days, take you behind the scenes into my life for 30 days, because it's not going to be overwhelming as I'm sharing like small rituals I do in the morning, during the day, in the afternoon, at dinner. And also it's really cool to see as real life is hitting me like, hey, this is a plan I had and now this happened. Like, how am I reacting? Like, what is my thought process. And it's going to be so cool for 30 days because you will see I am just a human being like you as well. I have the ups, I have the downs. Sometimes where it goes super smooth in life and it's just a massive celebration. I have the deep fears. I have things that are not working out. I get sad. I get mad. I get angry. I literally will take you in those 30 days through everything that's happening in my life and how I react. Because as a woman, I am highly emotional. It is part of our DNA. There's nothing we can do about. And I think it's really cool to see that life can happen to us and we can use all of that as a catapult to have moves that create daily money for us. And it will blow your mind because all of a sudden you're starting to see how much I always value the creation, my connection to the creator first, before business, before money, and starting to see more that the way I'm leading myself through the day, this creates the financial results I'm having in my business. And that's why people come and enter the rich and happy world, and they love the rich and happy world, and they stay in the rich and happy world. So this is really something like in the morning. Every morning I get up and I do a workout, a minimum workout of 45 minutes. And for instance, today I was at the gym. I was just running for 45 minutes. Sometimes I do like a full cardio or like HIIT workout, something with weight. It really depends. Sometimes it's yoga, just like a gentle stretching, especially when I have my period. I'm very often in the first days not in the mood for a heavy workout, but I understand the importance of moving my body. Right now we're in Bangkok and I call it the Central Park of Bangkok. There are like two super, super beautiful parks right in front of us. If you've been to Bangkok and Thailand, you know it's a super wild, loud city, and I am just a person that loves flowers. Like I'm recharging in nature. So I'm in that park every day for 1, sometimes even 3 hours in the morning, just walking, connecting, feeling the energy where I charge my batteries. And I think this is very important. Sometimes people think when we have like daily habits, daily rituals, it always has to be the same. And for me, it never worked out like that. I tried, but I don't know. I'm personally having a harder time with doing the same thing over and over and over again, especially when it comes to working out. However, and this is very interesting, the reason behind why I'm moving my body first thing in the morning, right? This is something personal I shared in the luxury offers that print money like crazy training we just had, is that your soul came here for a personal correction. So we all have on a soul level this personal correction. Like, why are we here? What is it that our soul wants to experience? What is it that our soul wants to correct from like past lives, etc.? And one thing for me, I've learned this very early, is my soul's really here to learn discipline. I have a hard time disciplining, like following through. I'm super into it to start many things, but then like the last final 10%, even when like running a marathon, there's a part of me that just wants to stop right in front of the finishing line. The more I learned this, the more I'm obviously leaning in, navigating, overcoming this. And there's another soul correction of mine, which is very important for me in this lifetime, is really to master to put myself first before everybody else. I am so great in giving, overgiving, sharing literally everything I have, and then realizing, oh great, I shared everything I have with everybody, but I have nothing left. So in order to overcome this, in order to improve on this second part of my soul correction, I have to prioritize myself in the morning and my personal needs. And that's why I have such a long morning routine, literally where I have 2 to 3, 4 hours every day in the morning, just dedicating to myself, whatever I feel my soul is craving. And exercise is part of it. So this also means I don't look on my phone, my emails, etc. I just use my phone to listen to a podcast or music, but not with vocals in the morning. Then it's just music. And this really helps me to train the muscle first to do something for myself, making sure my cup is overflowing before I'm giving to others. Because I've realized for myself, if I start giving to others, for instance, like if I'm getting up reading my email, answering messages, blah, 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 doing all the work stuff. And then at night or in later afternoon, I have a hard time going to the gym. It's like I have to eat the frog. I have to do the thing I don't want to do first thing in the morning. So it's kind of out of the way. And this obviously is a learning curve. And like how you find your own soul correction, etc. These are things we can talk about in a different episode if this is of interest for you. But the whole point of today's podcast episode is really to contemplate for yourself what are your daily moves, micro habits that you are doing to prioritize yourself, your energy, the connection with the creator first thing first before you do something for others. And then you can ask yourself, because some of you are going to be like, to be honest, I do not have those daily micro moves, habits, however you want to call it, in place. Interesting, because input equals output, right? It's manifestation. So if we don't have this like input and asking for like energy and insights every single day, even multiple times during the day, how can we expect to receive instant answers when we require them? I really hope this episode shifts some light. Definitely hope you're joining us for the daily revenue rituals with Janine. Remember, the link is in the show notes, or you find it in the store, richinhappiness.com/store. Or if you're part of the Feminine Wealth Engine bundle, the 2025 edition, this is included. I've told you many times that this Feminine Wealth Bundle 2025 edition is going to get better every single month as we are adding more and more things. So if you haven't gotten the Feminine Wealth Bundle yet, definitely do it. You already have instant access to so many programs, including, of course, a full year access to the VIP edition episode, the Mastery Club edition here of this podcast. Every Wednesday and Friday, there are coming 2 more paid podcast episodes out. So it's definitely worth it, where we dive in more details. I'm sharing more behind the scenes of how I'm navigating through this, how I'm using this in my business, really to shift some insights, how I combine the business and the spiritual world, which I think is really a secret of the brand I grew, of the global brand I grew, of the financial success the rich and happy world is having, and how our clients are changing the world, how they are leading themselves, how they are leading their clients, the wisdom and knowledge they bring into this world with an open heart, which I feel is what so many of us are craving at the moment. I love you. I see you in tomorrow's episode. That's a wrap, big money makers. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, join the Mastery Club. Simply DM me podcast on Instagram or hit the link in the show notes, and I will see you tomorrow and on Friday for the next episodes. Always remember, your 8-figure business is waiting for you right now.